Good evening,
Alton. Look, I barely sat down. Don't be a twat. Okay.
Action. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to a new installment of videos on the Dan Frowns YouTube channel.
No, it's not.
Podcasts. Today, we're going to be talking about something very, very important. What are we talking about, Nathan?
Alton Towers Scarefest.
I'm just going to talk about all of the different new stuff that's come in, all of the stuff that's been cruelly taken away from us, and what we're looking forward to and what we're not so much looking forward to. Jasmine loves scare mazes.
Turn that frown upside down. Dan, don't be down. Dan Frowns. Dan Frowns. Dan Frowns.
I do not like scare mazes. Not because of the scares. Not because of the thrills. It's I don't know really.
You just can't deal with sensory overload.
Yeah.
You're a pussy.
Yeah, I just can't do the sensory overload. Just can't do with the whole claustrophobia bullshit. I'm alright.
So you'd be okay with scare zones?
Well, yeah, because when we went to what's that thing called, Zip World?
Yeah.
In Wales, and we had all them clowns jumping out at us. It's fine. Absolutely fine.
It's literally just like being in a confined space that you're not a massive fan of. I
But
do
then
understand that.
That's the whole point of scare mazes, so it just kind of cancels out the whole season. Spooky shit.
I would actually disagree. I know plenty of people that enjoy Halloween without actually wanting to go in the scare mazes. I think a massive point with Alton Towers is the rides in the dark. I mean that is such a huge thing.
And the general atmosphere, although admittedly it has declined over the years.
I think that's my thing. It's like whenever I've been to Scarefest, it's just been like, it's not been a great atmosphere. It's been a pretty shitty year, or we've gone at like a bad time in the month, or like I've never been when it's like peak.
I must admit, over the years, it's kind of been a bit weird though. Like if you go back to like 2014, 2015, the stuff that they'd come out with and like the general atmosphere and the music around the park and the special effects with like the mist and things like that, it felt like from like 9 a.m, well 10 a.m, all the way up until the mazes would open, everyone in the park would be like anticipating the mazes open, and there was like this atmosphere of everyone kind of being like, oh, like, the mazes are going to be open soon, we're in for a scare. Whereas now, like, I don't know about you, but I kind of go there and I know what to expect with the mazes, and I know that I'm like going to have a good time, but I don't necessarily get scared for them. But maybe a part of that is due to the fact that we just cane scare mazes every year.
Well, yeah, but even small things like the theming, they've just become lazy with that. What did we say last year? It was like Scarefest was on Tower Street and that was it. Because as soon as you left Tower Street, it just became Tower.
I'm telling you, it's all Bianca. It's all Bianca.
No comment from myself.
I've said this since day one. Big on Bianca. I mean, she is going, so.
Yeah, I know there's a lot of people that really appreciate Bianca's work at the park.
No, I'm not one of them.
So yeah, we're gonna kick it off today by talking about the new lineup for the park. Now, a lot of people have been saying that this is the best Scarefest lineup we've had in a very long time. Now, I'm one of those people that thinks I'm going to try and remain optimistic. I'm looking forward to it. The new maze, which we'll touch on in a minute, does sound right up my street. Like, it sounds like something that I'd really enjoy. And it's a welcome addition to have an extra scare zone in there. So there is variety. There is stuff that is going to be appreciated. However, I'm going to take every single bit of that with a pinch of salt because, come on, guys, let's be honest with ourselves. Towers have not been up to scratch of late.
Understatement.
Yeah. So, we'll.
I wonder why.
So, we'll start off with the family attractions at the resort. So, last year, we saw the introduction of an attraction called Amigos in the Afterlife.
Hey!
Indeed.
I actually loved it. It was great.
It
And
was-
I know it was like a family and like a kids attraction, but it was such a vibe. That worm, that was stole the show.
I must admit, Amigos in the Afterlife was probably one of my favourite things at the event last year.
Did you do it?
Yeah.
You did,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, it was so much fun. Like, it was really interactive. It was really funny.
I loved that worm. That was such a good scene.
I can't remember what his name was. Do you remember what his name was?
No.
I vaguely remember his name being Barry.
Yeah, I
That
think
sounds
it was
familiar,
something
actually.
like
I
that,
think it
yeah.
might be Barry.
Yeah,
It's so good.
the tequila one. So good, but yeah. So how do you guys feel about Amigos in the Afterlife coming back?
Yeah.
And also, just to lead on from that question, how do you feel they did converting what was the Alton Towers dungeons into this new attraction? Did you expect more? Did you expect less?
I expected less, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, so did I. Because do you remember? Was it Trick or Treat? Where I mean, it was good, but we were a bit underwhelmed. Where it just
Speak for
kind
yourself.
No, but I didn't think you guys were that big of fans of it, to be honest.
That's a good laugh.
We'll lead on to Trick or Treat Town, but in terms of
Yeah.
the original question with Amigos in the Afterlife,
Well, no, I was just saying that I didn't expect much because of what Trick or Treat was, but I felt like that they did a lot better with the scenes,
Mhm.
and it felt a lot more like the layout of the dungeons than how they made it. Do you know what I mean?
it was a very dungeons attraction. Like it worked in the same way that the dungeons work.
Yeah,
in
it
the
was
sense-
just with a much sort of like lighter.
yeah,
It was essentially a Dungeon 3 theme.
yeah.
Yeah.
It was like interactive scene, move on, interactive scene.
But like I'm fine with that. I think it worked really well.
I actually preferred Amigos in the Afterlife to the Alton Towers dungeon.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, I think I love the like sort of horror history kind of like spooky theme that the dungeons has, but Amigos in the Afterlife is so much more like fun and kind of like energetic. Like the wrestling scene, I cannot express to you how funny it was when they got a very, very small girl to come out of the audience and fight this wrestler, and
Oh,
she was
yeah, I remember
screaming.
that.
She was literally
And
crying.
she
I
was
like,
not having a good time.
no,
That's
but it
all.
was class. We were. It's funny.
But they worked really well with her. I was like, no, it's okay, like you got this.
Yeah. What about
Yeah.
you, bro?
I thought it was a good addition because they were lacking in the family scares department.
Yeah.
It did take me by surprise a bit. They did a lot more work than I would have expected of Towers
Yeah.
because they're lazy. But no, they did they did really well. It was really good, and it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, I'm definitely glad they're bringing it back for 2025. I think if they'd gotten rid of it after one season, I probably would have been a bit like, I wouldn't say I'd be annoyed, but I would have been disappointed.
Yeah, but
Because,
you would have got over it.
yeah, I would have got over it. But the like there was a family maze in the old Wobble World building where I think it was from like 2016 through to like 2018 or something like that. It was called House of Monsters. That will never be topped. That was like the ultimate family scare attraction in my opinion.
I don't know if I did that.
Yeah, it was really good. It was similar to Amigos in the Afterlife in the sense that each room was an individual kind of theme, and then you would kind of go from there. But in my opinion, it was more immersive. It was less like UV paint and more like actual full-on set pieces.
No.
And there was also sort of like a mini scare maze at the end with like drop-downs, windows and stuff. So I thought that was the best of the best. But no, really happy about Amigos in the Afterlife.
We spent an awful long time on that. Just so passionate.
I am. I love Amigos. Are you guys excited for CBB's Monster Ball?
Yeah, I guess.
Am I?
I think we're not really the target audience for this particular one. So yeah, we will skim past that. But if you have small children and you're going to Alton Towers during Scarefest, just know that there is an all-purpose show for them where the Teletubbies dress up with white cloths on their head, essentially.
I think you could have described that in a better way.
Okay, let me rethink that.
You're really making the Teletubbies sound like the KKK. That was just the image. You said Teletubbies with white cloths on their head. Look at the picture.
Ghosts. They're dressed up as ghosts. Paranormal.
That's good shit, bro. That's good shit. Shall we move on?
Yeah.
Trick or Treat Town. When did this come in? Was it 2 years ago?
Oh, treat.
How
Yeah,
are they doing both
2020.
of it, though?
Huh?
Have a think about what you just said, Jasmine, and actually think about it.
No, but wasn't Trick or Treat Town in the dungeons?
No. It's in the old. It's part of the old Charlie and the Chocolate Factory building. Is that right?
Yeah, so
Wasn't it? Though?
you're kind of right. It's in part of the building that the dungeons wasn't in. So Charlie and the Chocolate Factory was that building, and obviously Toyland Tours and stuff before. A very big building. So there's part of it that just wasn't used. So
Oh, okay. So it's just in a different, like it's in that same area.
Yeah.
Because
they're next door to each other.
It's by Burger Kitchen.
They're next door neighbours. So anyway, are you excited about Trick or Treat?
I am.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
always a right laugh. Like the actors, they're always up for a good chat. Obviously on theme chat, but they do just make it funny. They make it enjoyable, and you get free sweets.
Yeah, and you all free. You you also do get a couple of like, I wouldn't say scares, but jumps when they like swing a door open or kind of like pop their head around the corner, like you catch you off guard.
Or like a water pistol or something.
Yeah, it is a really good attraction. I do actually prefer Amigos in the Afterlife just because I prefer the more like storytelling side of it. But
I think it's good, but like, I think it was just the first year that was a bit underwhelming for me. But I think that they have made it better.
do you know how they made it better last year and the year before? They added Haribo to the sweets that you get.
What was it before?
Just off-brand
Just
sweets.
Yeah, just like your typical like
is
B&M sweets.
Okay.
Not Bollinger and Mabillard sweets. They haven't started making those yet. But the
Really? That's what you thought made it better? A sweet's a sweet, mate.
I would disagree, but new for 2025. Strap yourselves in and get excited because this year, bitch, we're going for Mawam. Mawam is in the fucking house.
See, now that is a step up.
But
See,
sweets are just sweets, so how is it a step up?
no.
Wow.
I mean, I'm just saying, like,
No, like I
it
get.
kind of sounds like you're just prejudiced against Haribo.
Oh,
Yeah, what have
So,
got against
but what
Haribo?
you're saying is a sweet until it's a Mawam.
And then when it's a Mawam,
Yeah,
When it's
boy.
a Mawam, it's more than a sweet.
Is a Mawam, you know.
Just that.
You know, like there's sweets and then there's Mawams. Sweet.
And guys, if you're excited about the addition of Mawam to Trick or Treat Town with Haribo and Mawam for 2025, drop a comment and tell us what your favourite Mawam is.
Oh no, it's got to be the stripe.
No, Mawam stripes are overrated.
Pinballs.
You know.
No, it's
like
not the
Pinballs
pinball.
are good.
No, I think you are both
No,
losing your
pinballs are
mind.
good, but they're not the best. The best are those little blocks that you get. Like I think
Oh,
they're called
yeah,
blocks, and
yeah.
they just come in like they're like the OG Mawam. Like they were the ones that you get in like party bags when you were a kid. Like they came before stripes and pinballs and all of that. They
Yeah,
were
but
just
stripes
little-
are still better.
I feel like we've got off topic.
I'm sorry, you started talking about food. Like, what did you expect from me here?
Yeah, I'm excited.
I think we should move on.
What do you want to talk about next in terms of this year's lineup, Nathan?
We'll go up to Burial Grounds.
What's Burial Grounds?
Burial Grounds is a scare zone that runs just along the side of Wickerman, obviously themed to. It's not themed to. It's like themed to the Bjorn, isn't it?
Yeah,
In a
it's,
way.
it's kind of themed to a group of people who kind of are like Bjorn and wannabes.
Yeah, but it's like you just walk through. It's not particularly scary. It's just sort of like an immersive path, but it is good.
Do you mean the one to like the left or right?
Yeah.
You're looking at it.
To the right.
I said
The one to the left
left or right, and you went. Yeah.
To the left is just a path.
Yeah.
There's nothing special about it.
Okay. Thank you.
That's okay.
Have you been on Burial Grounds? Something tells me you have. I'm sure you've been on it once. In it.
Yeah, in it.
Yeah, I was going to say
Through it.
They have like.
Do you know what? I
skull
don't.
masks.
No, I don't think I have.
It's very good. It'd be your kind
Because
of
I'm
thing.
not even sure if I went last year to Scarefest at all. Because I think I was working.
You weren't missing out on much, to be
No,
honest with you.
Would have gone because you've done Amigos, haven't you? That started last year.
Oh yeah.
So you would have done Burial Grounds. I'm
Yeah, you
certain
must
you've
have
been
done,
on it.
Yeah, but I just
So if Jazzy's reaction to Burial Grounds tells you anything, it's really memorable. It's something that you'll never forget. All those pig masks and skull masks.
Yeah,
And
but I feel like I would have remembered that. Like,
Bruh, you went on it. I know you went on it.
alright.
In it.
In
Through
it.
Either. What's
Going on
next?
A new scare zone for 2025.
Ooh,
Dark Hollow.
yeah.
Yeah, so
Is it?
themed to the Dark Forest. Very, very similar theme to 13. They haven't necessarily gone into much depth about the story behind it, other than the fact that it's in the Dark Forest and there's some kind of curse.
I imagine we'll see the wraiths at some point.
Yeah,
They'll
wraiths.
probably crop up.
If you guys can remember, if you're as old as I am and you can remember as far back as 2015, there's actually probably some people that are in the theme park community that were born after or in 2015.
Yeah, but I was going to say, you saying, "Oh, I'm old," 2015. That's
It was
not.
like 10 years ago.
Yeah, it was only 10 years ago.
The point I'm making is there was a scare zone in Dark Forest called Nox Infernus, and it looks like a carbon copy of that. Like, it literally looks like exactly the same design, the same theme, the same loose storyline. So I'm looking forward to it because it's new stuff, but I'm actually not as excited as some other people are because it looks to me like it's just Nox Infernus 2.0. Any thoughts?
Well, I never
No.
did that, so
So you guys are
to me
looking
it's a
forward to it.
new thing, so I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see.
Now for the important stuff, the scare mazes, the stuff that Jazz is actually going to do this year, believe it or not.
No.
No, you should.
Yeah, but I'm not going to.
Do Compound.
No.
It's probably the
Tamest one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You won't get tased.
I'm pretty sure that would be more enjoyable for me than doing the scare mazes.
Well, you
Yeah,
get
tased.
both because you get tased in the scare maze as well.
Okay, great. I'm not doing it.
That's not a joke. They have tasers.
Yeah, I know.
Okay. Spoilers.
Anyway, returning favourites: Altonville Mine Tours, Tiny's Tiny's Revenge.
You've got to call it Tony's Revenge.
Oh god. How do I feel about this maze? Very, very split, because I will have some run-throughs that are perfect. I'll have other run-throughs that are miserable. You also need to bear in mind that this is the 10th year
10 years.
of
now.
Altonville Mine Tours. That's nearly as long. In fact, no. That's long. That's the longest running maze at Alton Tower Scarefest. It's been running longer than
That is-
Terror of the Towers. What Lies
that is a
Within.
lot. Oh yeah. Also, if you're going to say no, Tiny's Revenge has only been here for 3 years. No, it's the same maze.
It's just
It's
a
the exact
retheme.
same maze. It's just a retheme.
Yeah.
No, it's not even a retheme. It's like a sequel,
Yeah.
but it's the exact same maze.
I consider Tiny's Revenge the same as
It's the same thing.
Alton Mine Tours, yeah. But that being said, the best run through I've ever had on a Mine Tours maze was on Tiny's Revenge.
For me, it was the first run through we had on it.
Yeah. Like, I've never been touched that much in a maze.
It was brutal.
It was pretty full on. Like, there was a scene where all of like the cheerleaders and jocks from the local town were like in the mines, and they've been presumably kidnapped or something, and they were just grabbing our legs, pulling us back, grabbing our shoulders.
And there was one that was like a bit on the ceiling. You just reach down and grab your head. You have no idea where it came from.
Yeah, it was such a good run through. If you are worried about getting touched in an Alton Towers maze, Mine Tours is probably the one you want to avoid the most, I would say. However, we have also done run-throughs on Mine Tours where we haven't been touched at all, and there's only been about 3 actors in the entire maze. So, very unpredictable.
Yeah.
From a bit of an outsider's perspective with mazes, is there like a particular time where you can guarantee there will be more actors, or if you don't want the actors?
I would
so you're
say,
both
yeah.
saying
No.
completely different
No.
things.
Why would you say no?
Well, how can you judge that sort of thing?
Their shift starts at like 1 p.m.
Okay, bro. I didn't realise you were looking into their shifts.
Yeah, so no one will have gone on break, and I doubt that there would have been any sort of like technical problems where someone would have to leave the maze if you go first thing. Now, a major tip I would say is a lot of people go, oh, we're going to book our mazes for when it gets dark. It makes no odds. They're inside, and
It makes no difference whatsoever.
they're in blacked out rooms inside. It makes no odds if you go when it's dark. The only thing that will happen if you go when it's dark is 1, the actors will be more tired because they've been working all day.
And 2, everyone else would have had the same idea, so you'll just be cramped in there.
So do you reckon that could play a big part in why sort of maybe later on in the day you don't get touched as much, as with there being a mix of the actors are tired, but also there's a lot more people, so the throughput is a lot higher.
Yeah, 100%.
So it's almost like that ratio of, okay, so if there's 15 people going through a maze within an hour, each one of them will probably get touched and jumped at. But if you're pushing 100 people through, that those actors can't get to everyone. Is that?
Yeah, it's all about batching because.
So if you want to have a bit more interaction with the actors, you'd say probably go earlier in the day.
That's what we aim to do.
Yeah. But then, like, if you're maybe a bit more worried, maybe going a bit later, even though it might seem a bit more daunting with the overall atmosphere, there's a higher chance of them leaving them alone a bit more.
Exactly right. Like, if you're queuing up for Altonville Mine Tours and it's nighttime, rest assured there will be tension, there will be atmosphere. You will feel a little bit more like freaked out leading up to it purely because of the human mind. But when you're actually take away the atmosphere, take away the sort of anticipation, when you're actually inside the maze, you're going to have a much better experience if you go earlier rather than later.
Well, I guess it depends what you want, really.
Yeah, if you want full-on touching, then go earlier. Anyway, next maze. Ew! Next maze. Returning for its 2nd year, Compound.
It was alright.
Wow, great input there.
We only did one run through, didn't we?
Yeah.
It was short.
It was very short, yeah.
It's also, you never know what runner through you're going to get, which can be a good thing, but it can be a bad thing. So it's a bit like you've got to do it multiple times to sort of know what the best is, what the worst is, and try and make a sort of decision about it.
Yeah, I mean, Compound and survival games are both built in the same style structure, which, funnily enough, is also the same style structure that the new maze for this year at Alton Towers is constructed in, but I will cover that later. Those 2 mazes, for me, are night and day. I thought Compound was 100 times better than survival games. Whereas if you ask Nathan, he'd probably tell you that survival games is way better. It depends what you're looking for. I personally think
No, it doesn't even depend. It depends on your run through.
yeah.
Because we've spoken about this so many times. Your run through on survival games was a bit bland.
Multiple.
All of the ones that you've had. You
Yeah.
haven't really had much interaction. You've just kind of just been in and out. Mine, especially my first one on survival games, like it was just so different to yours. Like we got through the first bit, then you're in the actual maze room at the end. You've walked out. I'm being cornered by actors. I'm being like pushed against walls. Like I'm getting the full experience, and
You got
You're
quite
not.
the opposite.
I'll tell you what
I
happened.
feel like it's kind of the same on compounds. You probably had more than me. I was just kind of in a room, actor open the door, get out. There was nothing more than that.
Yeah, see, this sounds like my run through on survival games, because on survival games I walk in, I don't even get grabbed out of the pod. I literally just go through there.
Yeah,
and go,
the
okay.
first week, I got yanked out of that pod. It was violent.
I walk around a few corners. There's actors walking and harassing other people, but I'm just walking straight through because they're not even acknowledging that I'm there.
Maybe you weren't there.
I never thought of that.
Yeah, that's true. Maybe next time I should just be there.
Yeah, not a bad idea.
But yeah, I thought Compound was very, very good. I'm very pleased that it's returning.
I am as well. I'm not saying it's a bad maze.
Well,
I just hope I get a better
this,
run through this year.
You know, maybe this gives you the opportunity to have a better run.
Yeah, I hope I do have a better one because it does. It is a very good maze. It's well themed. It came at the right time, being tied into like the Nemesis story and everything. It kind of completed it a bit. But, yeah.
It does freak me out how much energy they're putting into this whole like Phalanx story. When there's other parts of the park like rotting, but I can talk about that. And
yeah, that's
a different video. Right, and then finally the new maze for 2025, which is actually my most anticipated maze of the year, is Edge of the Forest.
I have mixed opinions.
Okay.
Firstly, obviously it's in that same style building, the one that they built last year, but then ran out of money. How is the forest going to work in there? How much are they going to be able to do?
Mm-hmm.
My next concern, it's not really a concern, it's more of a complaint. They already have a maze based off the story of a ride. Why have they done another one? What's wrong with and a scare zone as well? Why can't they just do something original?
I actually have a counter argument to that.
Okay.
Which isn't just a counter argument, it's actually a complete opposite statement to what you've just said.
Isn't that what counter argument is?
Yeah.
The Edge of the Forest, the reason that I like it so much is because they've called it Edge of the Forest, a dark forest story, but have not once mentioned 13, haven't spoken about 13, and the story surrounding it is based around a myth of a mythical creature that is from a forest but has no connection to 13. So it's like a standalone story that happens to be set in the same area as 13 and
But
Reacher.
it's still derived from an area, which I guess you could say the same for Compound.
Yeah, but is this not... Could this possibly be a hint? I mean, I know we've been saying that Rita's going soon because it's...
No, it's not going soon. They won't invest.
No.
Do you not think we could maybe be getting a dual launch?
It would be very nice.
Absolutely not.
It won't happen, but it would be very nice. Like, for example, they bought the Sanctuary out, and then that was in preparation for the Smiler. And they also did
I mean,
the
I would really
the
like
Welcoming.
it. I just think Towers needs a dual launch.
Oh, yeah,
I just want
that, but they'll never do it.
No.
They hate investing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't think it's a thing of hating investing. I think at the minute, the way that Merlin are going, they can't invest. Which is a shame, but I suppose, you know, when we go out to the Netherlands, we can actually experience real theme parks. But anyway, yeah, Edge of the Forest. So I can't remember the name, and this is really bad, I should have prepared better, but I can't remember the name of the creature that is meant to be in this maze. However, from like the concept art and the promotional videos and things like that, it looks like some sort of horned beast, and the horns are like made out of like wood or trees or wicker or whatever it may be, and it looks creepy as hell. Like I'm really looking forward to it.
I'm looking forward to it as well, but I don't think it'll be better than the attic.
Yeah,
the attic was such a good maze. Every run through was just top notch.
and it really annoyed me because there are so many people on this platform, and you're all entitled to your own opinion. It's not anything against what you have said, but there are so many people on YouTube that would really like get up in arms about the attic returning. This is a maze that's past its time. It needs to go. And like, I've never ever had that opinion. I've always
Because
thought,
we always get a good run through.
I wonder why that is.
Yeah, we have a sneaky little. I'll tell you. Well, it doesn't matter now anyway.
We'll never get to go on it again.
Yeah, we had a sneaky little trick which would always give us a solo run through. So it would just be us two. We get all the scares, all the actors, never let us down, and we just always had just a brilliant run through.
After the pre-show, where the guy or the woman would talk about the story of the governess, they would lead you into a stairwell.
Obviously, the stairwell wasn't part of the maze. It was just to get up to the maze.
Yeah, so you could theoretically just stand in that stairwell for hours. You're not ushered through. You just.
As soon as they shut the door, you're on the road.
Yeah. So we came up with a sneaky plan. This was years ago. For me to go, like, silently undo my shoelaces before we go into the pre-show, so that when we go on the stairs, I go, oh no, it's okay, you guys go up first, I need to do my shoelaces up. And I take a pretty long time to do my shoelaces
and then we take
up.
a slow walk up the stairs.
A very slow walk up the stairs. We'd be listening into the cues on the pre-show, so we know where they're at before they start sending people in. About the halfway point where the window opens, like that's kind of where we were like, yeah, that's the sweet spot. And then we'd go through the maze, just me and Nathan. It would just be us.
It worked so well. It
Every
fooled
time.
everyone. Even, there was one time you undid your shoelace before we went into the pre-show, and as we were walking through, even the actor in the pre-show said, "Oh, your laces undone." Not a clue. And there we were, just on the other side, just waiting for a bit of distance from the group in front.
Yeah. And there were even times where we saw like actors resetting into positions, and I know that's not perfect, but it just shows that it's a working plan. It never let us down. So the reason we're so upset about the attic leaving is because we perfected that maze.
Yeah, we did. And it's not even just
You had your cheat sheet ready.
Exactly, but then it's not just because we always got a good run through because of that. It was just a good maze.
I love
It's brilliant.
Victorian theming, haunting music. The finale was intense. Like there was such good jump scares. The costume of the devil
That was really good.
so creepy. Like I actually think that's probably the best costume Alton Towers Scarefest have ever done. So I'm not.
It is a shame.
And
It's a
we're
shame
not.
to see it go.
We're not just nostalgia merchants. We're not saying this is good because now it's gone. We've always said that the attic is a really good maze, and we've always loved it. So it is going to be a shame to see it go.
Obviously, the attic was part of the Terror of the Towers saga, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Has that been a thing for how many years now? In some form,
2002.
and now there's
None.
none. So
Done.
is that it? Or will they ever come back?
To be fair, there was 1 year where there wasn't a Terror of the Towers. I think. I'm not certain actually, but I think there was. But you basically had Terror in the Towers in 2002, and then in 2003 up to 2007 you had Terror of the Towers Bloodfest Banquet, and then from 2009 when Scarefest begun, it was Terror of the Towers What Lies Within, which to this day is still one of my all-time favourite scare mazes, and that left in 2017 I believe, and that's when the attic was introduced shortly after, and now we have nothing.
Oh well. Get over it. But yeah, Edge of the Forest looks good. Might be better than the attic. And I will be pleasantly surprised if it is.
Yeah, it could be, but I doubt it.
Yeah.
So, one last thing that I think we're going to have to talk about in terms of what are you excited about for this year's event? Because obviously with Jasmine, she doesn't go on the scare mazes. So, are you looking forward to anything in particular? Are there any particular night rides that you really like?
I'm not sure really. I do love Wicker Man in the Dark. I just think the whole fire and everything, like, it just works.
Yeah.
I'm excited to experience the Scare Zone, which I've already apparently experienced.
Yeah.
But actually experience it. Yeah, I'm really hoping that they sort of put effort into making like an overall atmosphere and the overall
That's a
theming.
good one.
Yeah, I know, and I know it's, you know, wishful thinking, but as somebody who doesn't do the mazes, that's kind of like the only thing that makes Scarefest stand out.
Do you know what else is great as someone who doesn't do the mazes? This year is the first year in Scarefest history where they will not have a stage.
Oh shit, yeah.
That is a shame.
So,
I'll
no
just be sat there.
shows. Or, I mean, they're probably...
They'll just be like a little random pop-up show. I mean, I'd imagine they'll still have the ancestors.
Yeah, they'll probably just do like the dance thing.
What about Patch, Skelvin,
Yeah, the
Phil,
Freaky Five. Are they going to show up?
and Gretel? They're not, are they?
Probably not. Or they just wander around
No, they're dead.
pictures or whatnot.
They're dead.
Okay, they're dead.
Should we just not go?
No.
Turn that frown upside down. Dan, don't be down.